Shuffling personnel. Winfield will be all by himself in the gun with a 5-receiver set. See if the Tarpons can get a little pressure on him. Winfield, straight drop, flushed out of the pocket to the right. Shoots it deep down the field to a man who's wide open. That's caught at the 20-yard line, and he's going to get into the end zone. That is number 88 for Lutcher, Scott. That's a 40-yard touchdown for the Bulldogs, and that was a busting coverage there. 6-0 Bulldogs.
Yeah, not sure what happened on the coverage there.
Good job by Winfield getting out of trouble to start the play. And then whenever he extended the play, he found a receiver open down the field, and the Bulldogs strike first. Detillier will be on to attempt the extra point.
The snaps for Lutcher haven't been perfect so far this year.
Snap is a little better this time, but we have a flag on the play. It's offsides on South Lafourche, and boy, that hurts because he had missed it. So Lutcher's going to get a mulligan here. Detillier had very much missed that extra point. And now seeing that, do the Bulldogs get tempted to go for two?
It looks like it. They're going with a heavy package.
Why not? You just missed it and didn't look very good.
No, they're not. They're replacing a tackle.
Okay, so they're going to try it again. Now from a little closer, which some kickers say actually hurts your effort here because you got to get the ball over the bar. Detillier gets the snap down. The kick is up much better this time, and it is good. So we'll take a 1-minute break. Lutcher strikes first. It's 7-0 Bulldogs on ESPN 100.3. A 40-yard touchdown pass from Winfield to Scott. Now the Tarpons will have their next crack at it, down 7-0 with 4:59 to go in the opening quarter.
Tarpons need to just come back, get a good long drive, see if we can answer them back.
Detillier will be kicking it away. The Tarpons have a couple of guys back deep. We'll see which one gets the ball. Detillier bombs away. It's a high kick that may push him into the end zone, and it will. It's a touchback. So beautiful kick from Detillier. The Tarpons will take over at the 20, and that is such a weapon in high school when you could guarantee that the opponent will start every drive at the 20-yard line. First and 10 for the Tarpons here. Jalbert in the gang.
You think one day the high school will put a rule like college where you can fair catch the kickoff?
Maybe. They say it's a player safety issue, so perhaps. I would like to see him allow teams to run it from the end zone. Jalbert hands it. No, he keeps it. Gets across the line of scrimmage, driving forward, pick up about 6, so good first down gain. Have you ever gotten an explanation as why you can't take it out of the end zone in high school? I've always wondered that.
No, I think it's changed a few years ago where if your momentum doesn't carry you into the end zone, the ball gets in, it's dead. I'm not sure why.
I see.
I do know the heat and humidity timeout is treated just like a 2-minute warning.
Exactly.
So I was explaining that before the game, so I'm sure we got officials listening to us.
Very good. 2nd and 3. Jalbert hands it to Ducey. Good hard run, and he breaks out of the pile. That's a Golden Motors first down. Coach, it looked like he was bottled up for a loss, and somehow Darren Ducey got out of there, got about 7 or 8 yards and a first down.
The good thing with Darren Ducey, the first contact, if you think you're going to tackle him, his legs, they don't stop moving. And that was a good example there. He just kept his legs pumping and broke a few tackles and getting a first down for the Tarpons.
The best way to contain an explosive offense is to keep them on the sidelines with a powerful running game, and the Tarpons get a first down running it here. Ball now at the 39-yard line. Jalbert keeps it and is going to get a nice gain, falling forward to the 44, gain of about 5. Little zone read, everybody biting in on the fake. Jalbert keeps it and gets 5 yards.
I say when this is going to happen, when Jalbert's going to fake that little sweep, just stop, take a step or two back, and hit just Claire streaking down the field.
You took the words right out of my mouth, but it was open on that last attempt. Tarpons took the short 5. 3:25 and counting, ball at the 44-yard line. Good job by those hog mollies up front, pushing them forward. Jalbert with Ducey in the backfield. Jalbert, straight drop. He's pressured, shoots it to Ducey in the flats. Good gain. It's another Golden Motors first down across midfield, gets to the 45. Pickup of about 10 and another Golden Motors first down.
Good, safe passes. Right out in the flats, hit your fullback. A good, safe pass.
And What does it say about this Tarpon scheme that you're without your skill guys and they're still moving the ball down the field? A lot of guys touching the ball, a lot of guys making plays, a lot of depth on this Tarpon offense. 1st and 10, ball across midfield again. This is around where the Tarpons stalled out last time. Let's see if they could punch it in here. Matty Ice in the gun. Got a man in motion. Hands it to Duce, inside run, pushing forward, gets about 3 to about the 42-yard line. So better job by the Lutcher defense, but again, a good job by Darren finishing that run by falling forward. 2nd and 7. 2:20 and counting. Lutcher leading 7-0. 2:20 and counting in the first quarter, of course. And the Tarpons just got a free 5. And I don't know what that was from the Lutcher defensive lineman there, but Jalbert wasn't even hardly under center, and the Lutcher defensive end jumped into the neutral zone, so that 3-yard run from Duce has now turned into an 8-yard run, and it's 2nd and 2.
The Lutcher coaching staff on the sideline is just screaming instructions out to the kids, and maybe he heard something and he just went.
Yeah, it was the Tarpons weren't even set, and the young man jumped into the neutral zone. We'll take it. Ball now at the 37-yard line. And the entire defensive line just jumped, so 5 more free yards. The first time it was on the defensive end. That time it was on the entire defensive front. And the Tarpons will get a Golden Motors first down via penalty. That's one way to keep them going forward.
Tarpons showing some good discipline up front. And also for our young receivers not moving, just watching the ball.
Hard count them until they prove they cannot jump. 1st and 10. And this time we have a timeout. Coach Young saw something he didn't like, so he's going to call his first timeout with 1:49 to go. We'll take it with him. We'll be back in a minute with the Tarpons knocking on the door on ESPN 100.3. 2-yard line of Lutcher. Strong side of the field to the right. Jalbert in the gun. Duce with him. Jalbert, straight drop. Shoots it to the sidelines. Incomplete. He overshot his receiver that time, number 21. And it fell incomplete. It was intended for 4A.
I'm not sure if Paul got jammed or it looked like he kind of was thrown off his route a little. Wasn't exactly sure what to run, but he may have been jammed a little bit. Threw him off his route.
No harm, no foul. It was only a first down play. 2nd and 10. Strong side of the field still to the right. Broussard in motion. Jalbert can't get the snap. He'll roll out and throw it away. That'll be incomplete. So good job by Jalbert. Second time the Tarpons have snap issues. The first time he dropped it, that one it sailed. Good job by Jalbert, though, fielding it and then throwing it away instead of taking a big loss.
That official's waiting to throw his flag.
Yep, they're going to say it's intentional grounding. So intentional grounding will be the call on the Tarpons. He was still in the tackle box. I don't know if there was a receiver there. So it will end up being like a sack. It's going to be 3rd and a mile now. Coach Young is not pleased.
From where I was standing, I did not see a receiver in the area, but I could be mistaken. But the back judge on this sideline he had his hand ready to throw the flag the entire time. You can see the officials communicating with their little devices they have where they can talk to each other, and the white hat decided, yes, it was intentional grounding.
Now, I'll tell you this. I literally am taking pictures of this game. Jalbert threw the football at the 46-yard line. There's no reason for the ball to be at midfield. So they messed that up by 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and very long. Tarpons got to get to the 23-yard line. Jalbert, straight drop. It's a screen. And is going nowhere. Good job there by Lutcher, number 57 on the tackle. That is Ty Cooper. So the Bulldogs, with the benefit of the poor snap, will force a punt. And for the second time, Coach, the Tarpons got across midfield and just kind of stall out. Got to finish the drives here.
Lutcher sideline was calling on that screen play from the get-go.
So Broussard will be punting it away late in the first quarter. A minute to go. Detillier, jack of all trades. He's a receiver, punter, kicker, kick returner. He's at the 20-yard line waiting on it. It's a wobbly snap, and Broussard will get it away, but there's a penalty on Lutcher. There was a lot of penetration from Lutcher, but maybe because they got a head start. Offsides is the call. So the ball will be back across midfield at the Lutcher 48-yard line.
Ryan Barbie, our trainer, is going to have a heck of a job on his hands for this game here, keeping our athletes hydrated.
Yeah, it's hot. That sun is overwhelming today.
He may be the new king of campus.
The snap is to Broussard. The kick is away. It's a line drive kick. Detillier will let it bounce, and he'll field it at the 20. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 23. Good job by the Tarpon. Kick coverage, number 25 on the stop. Let me shout out that young man's name. That is Aaron Vestal.
Great job by Vestal. He came down, and that ball took the perfect bounce for Detillier, and Vestal was right there to make the tackle.
47 seconds in the opening quarter. Lutcher will have a couple of plays before the field flips.
Have a feel I'm going to have a sunburn with a face mask all around.
If that's the case, please send me a selfie of that tomorrow. I'd like to see that.
Won't happen.
Winfield in the gun with two tailbacks, Storks and Forrest. He sends Storks in motion. Winfield hands it to Forrest, inside run, nothing. The Tarpon front stiffens up. Conley got him first, and then 44 finished the play. That is Jackson Bourgeois, no gain.
Jackson Bourgeois quietly has just a great game last week and this week.
Lutcher doesn't have to run another play, but it looks like they will. There's 20 seconds and counting. Winfield, 2nd and 10. Maybe not. They're looking to the sidelines, 6 seconds and counting. Yep, they will run one more. Drop, throws it to the sidelines, caught, and stopped at the sidelines after about a 3-yard gain. Good job by the Tarpon defense. The completion was to Carson LeBlanc, but a good open field tackle by Toops. And that'll be the end of the first quarter with our score, Lutcher 7, South Lafourche 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the end of the first half on ESPN 100.3. Back. Lutcher's got to get to the 34-yard line. Winfield in the gun, strong side of the field to the left. Gets the snap, being pressured, flushed out, rolls out, and is going to be pushed out of bounds. A great job by the Tarpon defense there, pursuing the quarterback, not letting him get free, and an even better job by the secondary, not allowing the receivers to break off of their routes.
Quarterback was looking to throw the ball downfield, but great job by the Tarpons defenders not giving up on the play. Very close to having a little unsportsmanlike here on the sideline. That was close to a late hit when he threw him down.
Yeah, the officials put it in their hip pocket. Thankfully for the Tarpons, it was a 50-50 call, though I agree. Detillier will be punting it away. Joseph Pierce standing at his own 40-yard line, so a chance to get great field position. How about if he shanks one here? We'll take that. Detillier standing at the 8-yard line. Waiting on the snap. And we have a flag on the play. That is delay of game. So Lutcher will go even farther back. Didn't get it off. From 4th and 12 to 4th and 17. And more importantly is the field position from the 22 to the 17-yard line on the field. So now Joseph Pierce will creep up to near midfield. Detillier gets the snap. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce at the 45-yard line, take a Tarpon bounce, and be killed at the 46-yard line. And again, Lutcher kills the ball while it's still rolling. So South Lafourche will take over at the Lutcher 46-yard line. Coach, that ball would have rolled at least to the other side of midfield.
I'm not sure what why they picking the ball up, but they do it every time.
11:43 to go in the opening half, 7-0 Lutcher, but the Tarpons have their best starting field position here at the 46-yard line.
This heat is taking its toll on these athletes on the sideline. It is extremely hot, and you can just see these athletes are just tired.
You see 86 degrees, but the heat index feels like 93. The sun baking down. Whichever is the better conditioned team may have a good go of it in the second half. We have a pre-snap foul. Offsides on Lutcher, 5 yards. Pre-snap penalties and mental mistakes starting to creep up on Lutcher a little bit. They've now been whistled for at least 3 or 4 of those. It'll be 1st and 5. Now does Coach Young with the downs and distance in his favor, does he try to take a shot down the field here perhaps?
And you would think these penalties may increase in the second half when they get even more tired than what they are now.
1st and 5. Jalbert, straight drop. Has time, shoots it down the middle, caught. That'll be a Golden Motors first down near the 30-yard line. That is number 86 for South Lafourche. That's a new receiver. That is Ethan Tyler. Pitch and catch of 13 and a Golden Motors first down, and the Tarpons are as deep down the field as they've been at the 30-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line, giving Jalbert plenty of time to throw the football.
Yeah, he could have cooked dinner back there. He had all day, and he was really able to step into his throw, and he fired a strike to Tyler. 11-15 and counting. The Tarpons at the 30-yard line looking to even the score here. Jalbert in the gun, strong side of the field to the left. Gisclair in motion. Hands it to Duce up the middle. Really not much. He's driving forward, trying to make something out of it. Maybe gets a foot. But a good job by the middle of Lutcher's defense there, stiffening up. Be second and about 9.5.
Coach Young understands he's going to have these type plays just to keep that defense honest.
It was long on the stop for the Bulldogs. Figure you need about 7-8 yards to feel comfortable about Torres as he's kicking into the net. Play action. Jalbert will throw it to the flats. That's caught. A nice gain getting outside. A gain of about 3 or 4. That's number 25 on the grab for South Lafourche. That is Vestal. No one is going to end up having a more interesting career than Vestal by the time he graduates. He was a fullback, an offensive lineman. Now he's like an H-back. He's played all over the field for this team.
Yeah, the last play, Patrick Gisclair, Ethan Tyler out blocking for Vestal. That's some long blocks that they have to continue doing.
Tarpon's got to get to the 20. It's 3rd and 7. Strong side of the field to the right. Lutcher was showing a blitz.
We may get a timeout here.
Let's see. They got 5 on the clock. They do get the snap off. Jalbert, straight drop, and he dropped the football. He lost the football, and
incomplete.
David Miller will say that's the old closed hand rule, and he was attempting to throw the ball, and it's incomplete. Tarpons catch a break there. Jalbert was going back and trying to go forward for a pump fake, and the ball came out, and they're going to say it was a forward pass incomplete, so it'll be 4th and 7.
I think it was the correct call.
Yeah, he was trying to pull it back, but the rule says that that's a forward pass. Thanks to the Tom Brady Snow Bowl play way back when. Tarpons will go for it. You're just outside of Torres's range. But they've got to hurry. 10 on the play clock. 4th and 7. 5 on the play clock. Jalbert with a flag on the play. That's going to be on South Lafourche, and that's going to negate a first down. The Tarpons were going forward before the play. That's going to be an illegal shift, and it's going to negate a doggone first down to the 17-yard line. It was a pitch and catch to Foray, but it is an illegal shift, and that was an easy call for the official. Tailback was going forward before the snap. So that hurts. And it'll be 4th and 12. And the Tarpons look like they're going to punt it away. From the 32, this is an unconventional play, but if you could pin them inside the 5 with the way your defense is playing, who knows, you may get 2 points on the board. And we have what?
Timeout, Lutcher.
Timeout, Lutcher. They were not expecting the Tarpons to punt it away, so Lutcher will call their second timeout. We'll take it with them. With 9:19 to go in the opening half, it's 7-0 Bulldogs on ESPN 100.3. There, Broussard's kick is pretty good. Does it be a fair caught at the 10? Nope, he lets it roll, and the Tarpons will kill it at the 3. Blake Broussard, you have done an excellent job, young man. That could not have been better done. Great job there by the Tarpons, downing it inside the 5-yard line. Caleb Carr gets down there and kills it.
Nice job by the Tarpon punt team.
Detillier tried to bluff the coverage by calling a fair catch, but then letting the ball go over his head, but Caleb Carr didn't bite on it. Now Lutcher is deep in a hole with 9:11 to go in the second quarter.
Lutcher's late getting out to the field. Play clock's already down to 16 seconds.
And they only have one timeout. Yeah, they're not exactly in a hurry. The play clock is now down to 10. Winfield in the gun. Quick snap, straight up the middle. He's hit near the line of scrimmage and dropped, but boy, he reversed his field and almost risked a safety there. He had gotten to about the 3, then he reversed his field and got hit at the 1. Dropped for a 2-yard loss. Boy, he was playing with fire there.
Yeah, Hunter Conley, first guy on the plate, and Francois Thierbon did a good job coming up.
So now Lutcher has no room to play with. They're back at about the 1.5-yard line, 2nd and 12. That's the benefit of being able to execute that pooch punt. Winfield gets the snap. He's driving forward, gets a positive gain, but really not much. Maybe got to the 3 or so. The middle of that Tarpon defense throwing him back. It'll be 3rd and long. Maybe got to the original line of scrimmage, but I don't even think he did that. It'll be 3rd and 10. He did get to about the original line. Do they dare put it in the air after 2 very safe plays on 1st and 2nd down?
Well, we'll see how much confidence they have in their offensive line here if they're going to drop back quarterback in the end zone to pass the ball.
5:56 and counting in the opening half. Lutcher leads 7-0. They're pinned deep in a hole, playing 3rd and 10 here. Winfield gets the snap. Straight drop. He's pressured. He shoots it as far as he can down the field, and it's caught. They throw up a prayer, and it's caught, and that'll be taken down at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of about 44. That's our guy Jones again. He caught the touchdown.
That's exactly what it was, a prayer. Wes Alamon was in the quarterback's face right when he threw it. He just threw the ball straight up, more or less like, if it's intercepted, it's like a punt for us anyway, and their athlete just made a play.
Excuse me, that was Sam Scott, not Jones, who made the grab. So Lutcher still now at the 47-yard line, but they're very much out of the hole. Winfield keeps it up the middle. Nice gain forward, this time picked up about 9. Joseph Pierce finished the play. See if the Tarpons could stiffen up here. Boy, that really hurts your morale when you had them pinned deep and they complete a long one on you.
Also looked like Reese Toops came up and put a pretty big hit on the quarterback.
2nd and 1. Winfield hands it to Storks this time. Bouncing outside and losing a yard. Looked like he had it, but when he bounced outside, he lost a yard or 2. Hunter Conley finished it up. So from 2nd and 1, we go to 3rd and 2. Good job by the Tarpon defense.
Super job by Hunter Conley coming up and make the play. If he bounces that to the outside, he can go a long ways. But Hunter was right there, never gave up on a play.
We have a heat break coming up, but Lutcher will have to get off another play before it, with 6:35 and counting in the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 2. Winfield sending man in motion, ball right in the middle of the field in the gun. He's going to keep it. He's hit, and he is dropped. The Tarpons shot the gaps right away. They knew that one was coming. That's a big loss. That's a loss of 4 or 5 that time. So from 2nd and 1, we're going to go to 4th and about 6. An outstanding job by the Tarpon defense. Conley and Alamo shot through like they were shot out of a cannon, and they finished the play. And that will bring us to our heat and humidity break. With Lutcher facing a decision, it's 4th and 6. Will they go for it at midfield? We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. It was 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line, and the Tarpons end up forcing a punt out of that. Detillier bombs away, high end-over-end kick. Joseph Pierce will call fair catch and make it at the 18-yard line. So an outstanding job by the Tarpon defense. They could have easily let their guard down and hung their head after the long completion, but instead they still forced the punt. Great job by Coach Broussard in the game.
Yeah, they came with a lot of pressure that last play. Plugged up all the holes, and the quarterback is getting the ball out that shotgun snap and just looking for a hole to run through, and the Tarpons are plugging up those holes.
So if the Tarpons could sustain a drive here, they have an opportunity for 2 straight possessions. 5:52 to go in the 2nd quarter, and you're getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So if you could have a long, sustained drive here, you got a chance to maybe double them up. Jalbert with the ball at the 18-yard line, strong side of the field to the left. In the gun, straight drop, shoots it to Gisclair. That's caught. Nice first down gain, falling forward near the sticks. And a late flag comes in. That's going to be near Golden Motors' first down.
I think I had 15 yards to this.
And 15 more, so it will definitely be a Golden Motors first down. But Gisler got it on his own. They marked the ball at the 29-yard line. It was a gain of 11. And Coach Kyle says it will be plus 15 more. Dead ball, personal foul on Lutcher. So an 11-yard gain becomes a 26-yard gain. We'll take that as Lutcher's lack of discipline continues to bite him. They've been penalized a ton in the first half today. When you're on the road trying to win a ball game, boy, you got to play a little cleaner than these dogs are right now. 1st and 10 from the 44. Trips to the right. Jalbert hands it to Ducey. Nice first down gain there midfield. Boy, picked up about 5 or 6 that time. Number 69 and number 67 on the Tarpon offensive line really had a good push forward. That is Thomas Wisher and Kendall Walker.
Yeah, we got to shout out that offensive line for the Tarpons doing just a great job up front.
2nd and 4. Ball smack dab at midfield. Jalbert with Gisler in motion. Fakes the sweep, hands it to Ducey, and he's dropped. Good penetration by number 57 for Lutcher that time. Ty Cooper got into the backfield and finished the play. So it'll be 3rd down and about 6 or 7. Back on the other side of midfield with 4:50 and counting in the half. 7-0 Lutcher. They scored early in the ball game and have been clinging to it. Lutcher has a ton of guys on the field. If the Tarpons could have snapped it, they could have caught him in a penalty there. But they did rush everyone off. Jalbert and Coach Young will call timeout right before the snap. So Coach Young will call his 2nd timeout. Unfortunate, bad luck there for South Lafourche. Boy, if Jalbert could have had a little more awareness of what was going on there, just snapping no matter what the play is, you would have got a free one and a 5-yard penalty.
I think up front we got is at 60, Dylan Cloutier in at center for the Tarpons.
Always good to shout out those guys. I think there are going to be a lot of awfully tired football guys who are going to be spending their fall break resting and rehydrating because it's hot. Those guys look tired, and we've still got a ways to go yet. And the good or bad news, I guess, is that we're doing the same thing next week on an afternoon, Saturday at 1 o'clock. But fortunately, next Saturday, the high temperature's forecast to be 72 degrees. So next Saturday is supposed to be a beautiful day in southeast Louisiana, unlike today, which is downright hot.
Yeah, Cloutier got the start for the Tarpons at center this afternoon. I believe they moved Collins over to a guard.
This has been a fast-moving first half. I was looking at the phone to see if I could get some scores from Thibodaux and Central, not realizing that they haven't started yet because we've only been playing for 49 minutes. We've already killed almost the whole first half. Jalbert in the gun, 3rd and 7. Straight drop. Shoots it down the middle. It's caught by Foray. He's short of the sticks, but, boy, he's awfully close. It'll be 4th and 2. Coach Young has a decision to make. Your defense has been playing awfully well, but you don't want to give them the ball near midfield. It is only 4th and 2, though. Let's see what they do. Looks like they're going for it. At least that's the early indication. Tarpon's got to make up their mind either way here. The play clock winding down. 10 seconds and counting as they break the huddle. 4th and 2. Big play in this game. Jalbert in the gun. Straight drop. Shoots it to the sidelines. Caught. Darren Ducey with a first down and more. Driving across the 40. That's a Golden Motors first down on an 11-yard pitch and catch from Jalbert to Ducey. Move the chains.
That's just a classic case right there. Jalbert taking what a defense will give you. Ducey coming out in the flats was wide open. And great job by the receivers in, I said, Foray and Gisler downfield blocking.
Now you got to finish this drive. We've been knocking on the door the entire half, and this is around the area where the Tarpons have stalled. You've got 3:42 and 1 timeout. You got to punch it in and at least get a field goal here. But we take 6. Strong side of the field to the right. Trips to the left. Gisler in motion. Jalbert keeps it. Breaks a tackle. Driving forward. Gains about 8. He was hit at the line of scrimmage. Made that man miss and fell forward across the 30 to the 28. Good inside run from Matthew Jalbert.
The defense may be getting a little tired right now on these long drives. You can pick up a couple of first downs, puts a little bit of pressure on that defense.
Yeah, all that work in the off season, which this off season was not a whole lot. It's going to pay off here today. 2nd and 2 for the Tarpons. Jalbert with Duce. Do they put it on the ground again? They've been hitting them up front. In the gun, Jalbert hands it to Darren, and it looked like he slipped a little bit, but he still got some positive yardage. Maybe a little short of the sticks. Needed 2, got about 1.
Yeah, he did. He got tripped over an offensive lineman for the Tarpons. I think they're going with a hammer package right here.
See if they could get a push, but more importantly, let's see if they could get the snap. They have struggled getting the snap on this hammer play. 3rd and 1. Tarpons shuffling around personnel. It's going to be Duce taking the snap. He gets it, and he's got a nice gain. He's got a Golden Motors first down, falling forward to the 21-yard line. The hammer delivers the hammer, gain of 7. Move the chains. Tarpons now approaching the red zone at the 21-yard line, and you're right, Coach. The Lutcher defensive line is sucking wind right now. I would not throw it until they stop me from running it. The hammer's still in there. Duce takes the snap, picking through the line, bouncing outside, making men miss, falling across the 20 to the 19. Coach, I got to tell you, it really didn't look like he had anything there, but he got 2 yards out of it with hard running.
They're getting such a good push up front, and the running lanes may be plugged up, but he just bounces it to the outside and picks up a yard or 2.
Tarpons now do have to be a little cognizant of the clock. We're inside of 2 minutes, 1:50 and counting. You have 1 timeout left. It'll be 2nd and 8. And we talked about having 2 straight possessions. The Tarpons have timed this drive beautifully so far. 1:38 and counting. Jalbert, 2nd and 8. Play action. Shoots it to the sideline. Caught by Gisclair. He gets out of bounds near the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about 2. Gain of about 7. I cannot say enough the respect I have for what Patrick Gisclair is doing today. Moving positions, playing wide receiver. It shows, hey, you're at quarterback, but you got to learn all the positions, and he's making an impact at wide receiver today. Great job.
Yeah, I would second that, Casey. Patrick's truly a team player. I know it's tough on him, but he's doing a great job for the Tarpons.
Ball at the 14-yard line. The Tarpons playing about a 3rd and 2. Jalbert, inside run to Duce, makes a man miss, and I think he's got a Golden Motors first down near the 10-yard line. Move the chains. 1:25 to go in the half.
The Lutcher coaching staff was arguing for an illegal substitution on the Tarpons. Paul Fourier ran onto the field a couple of seconds before the ball was snapped. He didn't get inside the numbers. The officials missed that one.
So we'll take it. It is 1st and just outside of goal. The Tarpons could get a first down at about the inch line. 1:05 and counting. The Tarpons do have to be aware of the clock, though they do have a timeout. 8 on the play clock. Very closed formation out of the gun here. Man in motion. Jalbert hands it on the sweep to the outside. Driving near the pylon. Did he get in? No, he's short. At the 1-yard line, he's taken down. That's number 2 for South Lafourche on the give.
We're going to have a holding on the Tarpons.
There's a flag on the play, and Coach thinks it's coming back. It is holding on South Lafourche. The penalty, or excuse me, the run was by number 2, Francois Terrebonne. I didn't see the flag. I was following the ball. Francois got to the 1, but there is a marker down, and it is coming back. So the ball's going to be back to the 19-yard line, 44 seconds to go in the half, and now that clock really becomes a factor because it's going to start.
Whitecamp David Miller is really laying into some play. I'm not sure on which team, but he was just pretty much laying into him. Let me do our job.
Tarpons are in trouble here, Coach. The clock has bled all the way down to 30 seconds, and no one was aware that it had started after that penalty. They have wasted a lot of time here. Jalbert rolls out to the right. There's a flag on the play. Jalbert making men miss. He's going to go down at the 16-yard line. There's a flag at the 20-yard line. The clock stops at 15. We'll wait on the call. It's a legal shift on South Lafourche, so they'll go further backward. Now you may have to think about bringing in Torres, though you do have a timeout here. If the clock will stop, you get on the ball, you could run another play. Illegal shift is the call.
And Coach Young is not very pleased. Clock starts.
Yeah, they're going to have to call a timeout and kick. They're not going to be able to get 2 plays off here. They're on the ball. Jalbert, straight drop. It's batted, and it's incomplete. Nearly intercepted by number 14, Poche, but the ball popped out at the end, and with 4 seconds on the clock and another flag on the field, Tarpons may have committed another illegal shift. The flag is...
Yeah, it's on the Tarpons. They're pointing. They're going to back them up.
So Torres, that's illegal formation this time. So just some lack of discipline from the Tarpons. Coach Young is going to be livid. What could have been a very easy field goal try for Torres is now maybe even out of his range and have to just throw a Hail Mary.
Casey, that's just our young receivers not lining up in the proper position.
They will try the kick. It will be a 45-yard try for Jesse Torres. Last play of the first half. And Lutcher will call their last time out to ice Jesse. Tarpons had the ball at the 10-yard line, but a holding penalty after the sweep, then a couple of procedure penalties that pushed it back to the 29, and you're staring a 45-yard kick from Torres. I have no doubt he has the leg, but he's going to have to hit it perfect, and what you worry about in these long field goals is getting it over the line, perhaps having it blocked. That's definitely not what you want to have happen here.
And it's good for the Tarpons that timeout here. I don't think you'll freeze our kick. It just gives our special teams a chance here to make sure we're all on the same page and making sure everybody stepped down or whatever their technique will be here. And it starts with a good snap and a hold.
No doubt about it. So 4 seconds to go in the half. It's 7-0 Lutcher. The Tarpons are looking to chisel 3 points off of that lead here with a 45-yard field goal from Jesse Torres.
Wind is blowing, maybe left to right on this kick.
Waiting on the snap. Snap is down. The kick is up. He's got the leg. And he missed it. Wide left. He had plenty leg, missed it wide left. Good try from Torres, but we'll go to halftime with our score, Lutcher 7, Tarpon 0. We'll be back in 3 minutes here on ESPN 100.3. Very many points. You always have a chance. Let's see if the offense can make some plays here. Detillier kicks a high kick. Someone's got to get under this. Tarpons will field it at the 20-yard line. Randazzo across the 20, making men miss. Driving near the 30, dropped at the 29-yard line. The Tarpons will take over there. Little bit of a dangerous kick, but Trey got under it and got a very friendly bounce right up in the air, right into his lap, and the Tarpons will take over.
And he was 5 feet from it, and right when the ball was kicked coming, it was the way he said, I got it. Took that one bounce, like you said, straight to him, and he did a good job getting some positive yards for the Tarpons.
So both teams have had 15, 20 minutes to lick their wounds, get rehydrated, sit in the shade. Now we'll play on in the second half. 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Jalbert will be in the gun with Ducey, strong side of the field to the right. Jalbert, straight drop, has time. Now he's under pressure, rolls out to the right, shoots it across his body, incomplete. Boy, hit the receiver in the midst there. It was a tough throw across his body, but it fell incomplete, and it looked like right as the ball was getting there, the receiver, number 86, Tyler, kind of slipped a little bit.
Tyler was coming out his route, and he did exactly that. He slipped. If he could have planted and stayed on his feet, he possibly could have had a better chance at that ball.
I see 3-4 fans walking up from their halftime concession stand trip. Every one of them has a snowball. Great day to be in the snowball business today in Galliano. 2nd and 10 for the Tarpons. Jalbert, straight drop, throws it to Gisclair. Gisclair does a good job keeping his knee off of the turf, then making a move up the field, pickup of about 5. That was a low throw. Patrick could have easily coddled that one from a knee, but he kept his knees off the turf and picked up 5 yards.
Gisclair came up a little slow on that last play.
Hopefully he's okay. We have not had any Thibodaux Regional Medical Center injury timeouts. We've had a bunch of Golden Motors first downs, and we hope to have another one here. 3rd and 5. Tarpon's got to get the nose of the ball to the 40-yard line. Trips to the right. That's the strong side of the field. Jalbert being pressured, throws it to Ducey. Nice catch, working up the field, still driving. That's all effort from Darren Ducey. He's close to the marker, may have gotten it with that first spot. What effort. He got stacked up at the 38-yard line and just refused to not get the first down. What an effort. Unbelievable individual play from Darren there. Coach may be having a battery issue as he's trying to work on his microphone. We'll carry it until he gets back on board. 1st and 10 for the Tarpons. Jalbert hands it to Darren. Nothing this time. Good job by the middle of the Lutcher defense. Number 36 on the stop for the Bulldogs. That is Colin Rokes. So it'll be 2nd and about 10 and a half back on the other side of the 40-yard line. 10-18 and counting in the third quarter. 7-0 Lutcher. Happier with us. Jalbert with a man in motion. It's a backwards pass to Gisler. He could throw it. Shoots it deep down the field, and he overshot Tyler. It was overthrown, and he kind of ran out of field there. So the Tarpons reach into their bag of tricks, but they couldn't convert it. It'll be 3rd and 11. See if we could get a big first down here. Jalbert in the gun, 5-receiver set. Sends a man in motion, Ducey. He'll join him in the backfield. Matt takes the snap. It's a screen to Ducey. How far can he run? He's across the 40. He's dropped to the 44. So he gets some of it, but not near the sticks. It'll be a pickup of about 3 or 4. He needed about 11.
Yeah, I think I'm back here, Casey.
Yep, we got you. So Tarpons will punt it away.
The Tarpon offense right here reminds me a lot of a game that the Saints had played where the Saints on defense, the opposing offense, getting the ball in the flats at will. You know,
yep.
Tarpon's been doing that a good bit this game.
Need a good punt from Broussard here. Gets the snap. Bombs away. High kick. That'll be fair caught at the 23-yard line by Lutcher. That was number 21 for the Bulldogs that hauled it in. Love. Dangerous because Love and Detillier were kind of fighting one another for the football there, but Love pulls it away. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dogs.
I heard this one of the games yesterday. Is a left-footed punter and Broussard. He gives it a different spin on the ball, and it gives the receivers, the returners, a different angle on the ball to try and field it.
Yep. Hopefully that they'll put one on the carpet before the game ends. 1st and 10 for Lutcher. Inside give for the tailback. Nice hole, driving across the 30. Still running now. How far can he run? He may house this one. That is Storks, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and a Lutcher touchdown. The first play of the second half, the Bulldogs strike. Couple of missed tackles there, and Lutcher adds to their lead. It's 13-0 on a 76-yard touchdown run from Rayshawn Storks.
Yeah, Storks is an explosive runner. You know, Tarpons looked like had some people there to corral him a little bit. He just broke a few tackles, and he was off to the races.
So Lutcher now goes up 2 scores. Pending the extra point try. Detillier, boy, he's got a big leg. Saw him kick a touchback earlier in the ball game. Snap is down, kick is up. It is a wobbly kick that is good. So Lutcher adds to their lead. It's 14-0 early in the third quarter. Plenty of game left. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. Detillier will be kicking it away. Detillier fires it away. Left to right kick high in the air. Tarpons will get under to the 10-yard line. Work it up the field. That is a made man miss. He dropped the football, though. Who's got it? The Tarpons fumbled. I don't know who fell on it. It looks like South Lafourche got back atop it at the 34-yard line. Whew. Disaster averted.
Joe was just trying to make something happen, and he just changed hands with the ball, and he knocked it out. Unfortunately, Tarpons fell on it.
So Pierce on the return, Ethan Hebert on the recovery. It was a good return by Joe. Got it to the 35-yard line.
After that last play, that long gain by Lutcher, first play it came off the bench. Darren Ducey shook hands with every one of the defensive members of the Tarpon team and told them, long game, keep your head up.
Amen to that. 8:53 in the third quarter, 14-0 Bulldogs. Can the Tarpons make it a little more interesting here? Jalbert in the gun. Man in motion, Tyler. It's an inside give to Darren, pushing forward. got maybe a yard. .57 for Lutcher on the stop. That's Cooper. This Lutcher front is pretty good, man. They're not easily bullied. 2nd and 9. And they just gave us 5 yards. So as I talk them up, they commit an encroachment penalty, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
Talk them up again.
Number 6 jumped into the neutral zone. That's Dar. The ball now be at the 40-yard line. Matty Ice, let's see if he can make something happen. 2nd and short. Jalbert, straight drop, being pressured, shoots a fireball over the head of Foray. Incomplete. Came out a little hot. And we have an injured Bulldog.
Offensive line doing a decent job, giving Jalbert time to throw the football. Again, that one just sailed a little high.
Injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center. That is number 11, I think. But until I get a clearer look, I'm not going to say the kid's name. That is number 11, Marty Riley, and he is up off the turf walking off the field.
I just saw smoke coming out of the press box.
Smoke coming out of the press box?
Yeah, when you said I think.
The most important part is that what was before the I think was actually the right number of the kids. So we nailed it.
You got it. We're checking out Chain Crew on the other end.
They seem to be doing okay out there.
It's warm.
3rd and 4. Jalbert throws it behind the receiver. He was under duress. It was intended for Tyler, just behind him, and it falls incomplete. Boy, that hurts, but that would have been a first down. And the Tarpons are going to punt it away. Running out of possessions here. The Tarpons are going to have to make something happen in a hurry.
I don't like the vibe here. A lot of Tarpon players are walking over the field.
Yeah. Still plenty of afternoon left. Broussard. Gets the snap and kicks it away. Maybe his best one of the night. It'll bounce at the 30 and then go sideways out of bounds. Didn't get the roll he's been getting, but a pretty good punt in the air. It'll go out of bounds at the 30-yard line with 7:50 to go in the third.
Broussard coming off the field shaking his head, but that was a pretty good punt. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
You punted out of bounds. There's no return.
Yeah, you'll take 30, 35 yards without a return every time in high school.
Yeah, Blake's playing one a pretty darn good game, punting and on the offensive side.
1st and 10. Winfield and Storks, the usual two in the backfield for the Dogs. Winfield, play action, he keeps it, and is going to have a big gain to the outside, making men miss across midfield. How far is he going to run? Down the sideline, he may house it. Lutcher's offense is pretty efficient in the second half. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. That's a 69-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, Storks, and it is now 20-0 Dogs.
And look there, one of our defenders just came in too hard. Let Storks get to the outside and had some nice blocking downfield for the Bulldogs.
So Lutcher's grabbed this one very firmly. They lead 20-0 in the middle of the third quarter. We knew they were explosive. They're showing it to us right here in a big way in the third quarter. Snap is down. The Killia's kick is high in the air, and it is good. So midway through the third, it's 21-0 Bulldogs. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3.
This is Brent Abity, and I need your vote for District Attorney. The Morvant gang, King Cam and Queen Christine, took over the District Attorney's office in 2003. For the past 17 years, they have bullied and persecuted all but the elites, their friends, and the privileged wealthy. I promise to push for term limits to stop the endless injustice and abuses of power. I promise to serve only one term. My only job will be to give everyone fair and equal justice. It is time for a change. Paid for by Brentford DA.
New Friend Building Materials has been around since 1955 and is growing every year. We continue to be a proud family company in our second generation ownership and working on the third. We do our best to cover all your building needs while providing top-notch customer service and priding ourselves on not letting you leave without a smile. From small birdhouses to hotels and apartment complexes, there's no job too big or too small for us to handle. Our 4 convenient locations to serve you include Cutoff, Thibodaux, Bellchase, and Slidell. So come stop by and see how we can help you, and have a blessed day.
So Lutcher's grabbed control here with 2 third-quarter touchdowns. They lead 21-0 over South Lafourche. Tarpons have got to make it happen fast with 7:38 to go in the third. Casey just scored with Coach Brian Colley. Lutcher about to kick it away. Detillier. Two very explosive plays. Basically the same play. One time Winfield handed it to Storks. The other time he faked it to Storks and kept it, then bounced outside. Detillier with a high kick. That'll be fielded by the Tarpons at the 20-yard line. Working up the field is Terrebonne, and he gets across the 25 to the 28. Dropped it initially, but picked it back up and worked up the field. Got a nice return.
Took a good bounce for him.
So now the Tarpons have got to make something happen here on the board. 1st and 10. Ball in the middle of the field. Strong side of the field is slightly to the right. Jalbert, play action. Shoots it complete to Broussard. Nice gain, making men miss. Driving across the 40. That's a Golden Motors first down. Gain of 13.
That's a nice catch by Broussard. He had a defender right on his back, puts his hands out, met the football, and did a good job of turning up the field for getting extra yardage for the Tarpons.
So gain of actually about 14 on that one. Still got some time if you start clicking, but it's got to happen now. Down 21. Jalbert, straight drop, has time. Plenty time. Plenty time. Now he shoots it away and took a lick, and that's a dirty lick. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Well, after he threw the ball, number 57 for Lutcher, Cooper, walloped him. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. So Tarpons will now be in Lutcher territory.
Jalbert may be cramping up a little bit.
That'll be something to keep an eye on as he is pulling at the legs a little bit. It's a hot day.
You think?
Ball to 41. Jalbert sends Duce in motion. Throws it wide. Intended for Broussard. It was wide of him, incomplete.
At that time, Jalbert seen the defensive end right in his target where Broussard was running his route, so he tried to throw it a little bit to the outside, and it was just a tad bit to the outside.
2nd and 10. Ball to Lutcher, 41-yard line. Tarpons have been here now 5 times in the game. Jalbert keeps it. Inside run, and he's got across the 40 to the 36. It was supposed to be a jet sweep action to Gisclair. The snap was maybe a little bit early because Jalbert really had to wait on that fake. Then he pulled it and ran up the middle for about 5.
Bulldog defender was in the backfield pretty quick. Jalbert did a good job pulling the ball and just getting positive yards.
6:38 and counting in the third quarter. 4 down territory probably here for the Tarpons. Jalbert, straight drop. Being pressured, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it, make a man miss, and be stopped across the 35, short of the sticks, but really not by much. Pickup of about 3 or 4. And the Tarpons will go for it on 4th and 2. Biggest offensive play of the game to this point for South Lafourche. They've got to convert it. It'll be a heat and humidity break. It's like a free timeout to figure out what you want to run. We'll be back in a minute with the Tarpons down 21 on ESPN 100.3. Just 13. Kudos to them for getting the win. 4th and 2 here with Lutcher up 21. Jalbert, pressure, throws it a little behind the receiver. Foray, an incomplete. Foray was wide open. Jalbert didn't lead him enough. Threw it behind him, and Lutcher will take over on downs.
Incomplete.
not sure on them routes if those receivers should stop running those kind of mesh routes, if they should just stop. But, the receiver kept running, and the pass was just a little bit behind him.
So now Lutcher is getting a position where they could really work on the clock here, up 3 scores midway through the third quarter. Or, heck, they've run 2 second-half plays and scored on both of them, or they could do that. See if the Tarpon defense is up to the challenge here. Winfield in the gun. Straight drop. Flushed out of the pocket. Being pressured. Still being pressured. Now he's running out to the left, and he is going to be dropped for a sack. Good job by Winfield making a bunch of men miss, but an even better job by the Tarpon defense for not giving up and finally getting them to the turf.
And good coverage downfield by the Tarpons.
There's a flag on the play. I didn't see it. It's at the 32-yard line on the far side, and it's on South Lafourche. What was the call? I didn't see the signal.
Face mask.
Of the 5-yard variety. So it will be 1st and about 6.
I believe they got Jackson Bourgeois on a face mask.
So 1st and 6 for the Dogs after the face mask. Winfield hands it to Storks up the middle, huge hole, and again, he's going to house it. That is going to be a 62-yard touchdown for the Lutcher. Their offense is just absolutely dominated here in the third quarter with inside runs, blowing them off the ball. 3 straight second-half touchdowns for Lutcher.
Well, you got to give credit to the Lutcher coaching staff. They must have seen something at halftime and made an adjustment.
No doubt about it. They have now added to their lead. It's 27-0. Detillier, as you could hear the air out of the stadium, you could hear a pin drop here. It's awfully quiet. LeBlanc to hold. The snap is down. The kick is up. It's high in the air, and it is right down Broadway. So Lutcher adds to their lead. It's 28-0. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. Team's game with the Rams. Alex Smith has just checked into the game. After his gruesome injury a couple of seasons ago, he has returned, and he's back on the field for Washington. That's great to see. Here it's 28-0 Lutcher. Detillier bombs away, but we have a flag on the play. Offsides on Lutcher will be the call.
Looking across the way, see how Chain, I think Truck may need some pickle juice.
Yeah, it's been a long day for old Truck. We had some hiccups in setting up the equipment, but we got it figured out finally, and we're able to bring you this broadcast, thankfully.
Yeah, I felt bad for Truck. He was setting up all the equipment, waiting for the star to show up.
The star got here just in time.
Yeah. Well, at least you know who I'm talking about.
Lutcher will be now kicking it from the 35-yard line. And the ball fell off the tee. That's a pretty good sign that there's a little breeze blowing. Or maybe he just didn't put the ball very well on the tee, because I don't see the flags whipping that much. Detillier kicks it away. A high kick that'll go into the midst of a Tarpon at the 5-yard line. Working up the field across the 20, 25, driving to the 28 is Terrebonne. And he's brought down there. The Tarpons will take another crack at it.
Not bad field position for the Tarpons. Again, their average starting spot, maybe somewhere around a 30-yard line.
You would think, I don't know if the Tarpons have it in them to come all the way back here, but you'd think Coach Young would like either way for this offense to get a little confidence and put one on the board here. Jalbert swings it to Ducey. Ducey making men miss, gets across the 30, short gain of about 2 or 3. Had some blockers out in front of him, but the problem was he also had a bunch of defenders out in front of him. Lutcher read the play very well.
Yeah, Kendall Walker's doing a good job coming out there, trying to lead block, and then 57 for the Bulldogs came up and pretty good hit.
That would be Ty Cooper. We've called his name a lot. 2nd and 7. There's the snap, inside give to Ducey. Not much. Maybe got to the line of scrimmage.
Is that Cooper once again, 57 for the Bulldogs.
Let me see. He is a junior. Thankfully, this 2-year home-and-home series will expire at the end of this year because, boy, Lutcher doesn't have very many seniors who are making plays. It's a lot of young guys out there. Third down and 6. Jalbert in the gun. Straight drop, has some time, now steps up. He's got a lot of room to run, and he's got a Golden Motors first down. Across the 40, needed 6 or 7, got about 8. Good job by Matty Ice. Move the chains.
Wisher, I believe it's 69. Wisher did a good job for the Tarpons up front.
Tarpons will play a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line with 3:45 and counting in the third quarter. Down by 28.
Again, offensive line still working hard for the Tarpons. Cloutier at center. I believe you have LeBlanc at the tackle. The Collins at the right guard. Wisher left guard, and Kendall Walker the left tackle.
Great job, all those fellas. Jalbert drops back. Pressured this time, throws it out of bounds. Boy, and it's a shame because if Jalbert could have just had a little time to throw, Foray was streaking down the field wide open. But that's what happens when you have a guy in your face. You can't see those receivers down the field.
Pocket kind of broke up there for the Tarpons. Jalbert did a good job stepping up.
For a kid who hasn't played a ton of quarterback in his life, because he hasn't played since Bantam, he does have a good awareness of putting it in his pocket and throwing it away. Rolls out to the right this time. Under pressure again. Shoots it behind, just clear and complete.
Trevor Lafourche in for the Tarpons, I believe, at the left guard position.
If there has been a miss for Jalbert today, he has been behind a couple of receivers. That one fell incomplete, but again, he was under big-time duress.
Again, not sure how much of the timing with new receivers out in there, not being on the same page, thinking if the receiver's going to stop or if he's going to keep running the route.
3rd and 10. Tarpons got to get to midfield. 5 receivers set for Jalbert. Fires a slant to Foray, complete. Needed 10, got 14. Golden Motors first down across midfield to the 46. A pitch and catch from Matt Jalbert to Paul Foray. And an injured Lutcher Bulldog is number 57. There's our guy Cooper. Would be a big loss to the Bulldogs because he's been all over the field. Looks like a dead red cramp, though. They're stretching out that leg.
You have to give credit to both sides. I mean, these young men out here battling in these conditions. It's kind of brutal. For you think October, it really shouldn't be like this, but you got to give credit to these young men.
No doubt. For as hot as it is, I think this is actually the first time in the game that we have to stop it for a cramp. We saw Jalbert kind of flexing his legs out a little bit, showing signs of it, but he recovered pretty quickly. And now Cooper will get up off the turf and limp off. That injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center as he gets a nice round of applause from fans on both sides.
You know, Cooper's injured when he has to walk up the field because his motor is always running.
Yeah, thought he was going to tackle the trainer for a second. He's tackled everybody that's been near him throughout the game. .307 to go in the third quarter. It's like a broken record, deja vu for the 6th time in the game. The Tarpons are in Lutcher territory, but they don't have any points yet on the board. And they've just given them 5 extra yards. Number 35 for Lutcher, Dorian Williams, just jumped into the neutral zone. And, Coach, if you are Coach Jenkins, man, like, you've got to be thinking to myself, man, like, we're a good football team, but if we want to go where we think we can go, we've got to cut out some of this stupid stuff that they do. They've committed at least a half dozen pre-snap penalties, a couple of late hits, and, like, that stuff's going to kill you later in the year.
Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're exactly right.
Yeah, and look, we saw the same thing from these guys last year. I mean, they beat South Lafourche handily last year, but it was a penalty-filled game as well.
Let's see if the Tarpons can take advantage of it here.
1st and 5, 3:01 to go in the third. Jalbert, inside run to Ducey, not much. Not much. The front for Lutcher defensively is very good. Number 44, Matthew Garon, made the stop. A freshman. Oh, my goodness. Very rarely tonight have we said the name of a young man who's a senior. One of the few seniors that has made a big impact is number 2, the tailback Storks. The rest of the guys, quarterbacks, receivers, playmakers on the defensive side have all been underclassmen. 2nd and 6, strong side of the field to the right. It's a 5-receiver set. Jalbert has pretty good time to throw. He completes it to Duce. That's a Golden Motors first down. Gain of about 9 across the 35 to the 34. Good pitch and catch.
Offensive line, again, doing a good job giving Jalbert time to throw the football.
Yeah, look, it's not easy to protect whenever you're in a 5-receiver set. You have no tight end helping, no running back there helping, and it's all on the offensive line, and there they gave him adequate time to make a play. 2 minutes and counting in the third quarter. Ball at the 34. All the receivers to the left side of the field. Jalbert, play action. Shoots it complete to Gisclair. Gisclair's hit at the 25 and will be stopped there after a gain of about 8. Good first down gain. And another grab for Patrick Gisclair.
Nice round by Patrick. Going with a short yardage formation for the Tarpons.
Coming with the hammer. Let's see if they could break it here. 1:20 and counting in the third. I know the Tarpons want to protect Patrick because he's the primary backup quarterback, but I think they found something in him as a receiver as well. He's looked good running smooth routes. Duce gets the snap. Nice hole, an easy first down. Can he score? Yes! Called it a 25-yard Tarpon touchdown. Darren Duce on the old hammer play. Broke the line of scrimmage, and he was off to the races. The Tarpons are on the board.
Nice run by Duce. Still a lot of football to play.
And what was interesting about that run is Kendall Walker, after the play, was on the ground doing push-ups, so he ain't tired. Still working hard. It's 28-6 pending the extra point try. Swinging gate is open. Swinging gate is closed. Jalbert on the hold. Torres on the kick. We're awaiting the snap. Snap is down. Kick is up. It is right down the middle. And a good grab by old Tom Purge. Aaron Pierce out there catching the ball. It's 28-7. 42 is Jaron's number. We'll keep it right here with the end of the quarter break coming. Tarpons needed points desperately, and they got 7 on the board.
Coach Young getting his entire team together right at midfield, letting them know this game's not over.
Keep competing, keep playing, put a little scare in them. It'll start on the defensive side where the Tarpons have struggled here in the third quarter. South Lafourche punched it in, drove straight down the field. Now can they finish it off with a bang? Down now 21 with 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. Darren Duce having a big day. And win, lose, or draw here, Coach, I was actually talking about this with a couple of guys at halftime up here in the box. The Tarpons are finding depth, man. If you could play a game without 7 skill position players and drive the ball into opposing territory 7 drives, you're finding depth. You're building, the ability to play a lot of guys and hit a lot of teams in a lot of different directions. That's a good problem to have.
When you playing and you're a high school football player or any athlete, you're always waiting for that chance to get in the game. And some of these guys right here this afternoon are getting the chance to, let these coaches see what they can do in a game varsity situation. And some of them may be playing themselves into more of a role on Friday nights.
Now, we'll keep an eye on this because Torres does not have the ball on the tee, which would indicate that this is going to be an onside kick. Lutcher was not aware of it. Now they're bringing some guys up. The ball's not on a tee. Torres kicks it away. It's a wobbly kick. That's up in the air, rolling around. Who's got it? Rolling around, and I think Lutcher may have come away with it. Boy, the Tarpons had every chance. That was a beautiful kick by Torres. It popped up and down in the air, but finally Lutcher picked it up at the 45-yard line.
We got a Lutcher player down, But that was a beautiful kick by Torres.
It did exactly what you wanted it to do. It rolled around, and then it made that big hop right as it crossed the 10-yard mark. But we're going to check on the Lutcher injured player, but he seems to be hurt pretty good. He's down on the turf and not really moving around much. He was near where the ball was whenever it was kicked in that little mad scramble. I don't know if he took a shot. Now he's starting to move around some, which is a great sign. Rolls from his belly to his back. So it's up to the Tarpon defense here. They've been gashed on the ground in the second half. Can they make a play, get a turnover, get a stop, get the ball back to the offense? But our attention right now is on the injured Lutcher player who's still on the turf.
Maybe some type of, I don't want to speculate too much, but a rib injury, or I'm looking across the field and I see the trainer kind of talking. I need to get him up.
That's great to see. Injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center. That's number 40 for Lutcher, which is Jacob Rizzuto. He is walking off under his own power, so that's great to see. Maybe just got his breath cut a little bit there.
Yeah, trainer touched a certain area right by the ribs, and he kind of kicked his leg out. That he, it was a spot that painful.
In the NFL, the Raiders have just taken the lead over the Chiefs in the fourth quarter, 30-24. Here it's 28-7 Lutcher. Lutcher with the ball near midfield. Dead red quarterback run up the middle. Nice gain, but a shorter gain that time. Gain of about 3 for Winfield. Good job by a couple of Tarpons. Finishing the play in a very late flag comes in well after the play.
They're going to get us for unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's a good call, and that's very that shouldn't happen.
Yep, it is a personal foul on the Tarpons, so it turns this 3-yard gain into an 18-yard gain. That was well after the play was over. I didn't see it. I looked down at my sheet to see the name of the young man who ran the football. But coach says that it was warranted. First and 10 for the Dogs. Now at the Tarpon 37-yard line late in the third quarter. Winfield with Storks in the backfield. They're in the gun. They've been there all night. Winfield, straight drop, looking down the field. As all day, fires it into the end zone. And it's picked off! What a play by Randazzo. It was a one-on-one with he and Detillier, and he just plucked that one out of the air. What a play.
Nice job by Trey Randazzo making an interception. We got a penalty.
At the 35.
Flag.
We'll see.
He's getting a little chippy down here on the field.
So there is a marker on the field. As it stands now, it's an interception, but there is a marker on the field. It would be Tarpon football at about the 1-yard line, but Randazzo plucked it away near the end zone. The foul is holding on the defense. I don't understand how the defense could hold at the line of scrimmage, but that is what the call is, and that's going to negate the interception, and the Tarpon faithful is not happy. Neither is Coach Young.
Well, if you knew who threw the flag, you'd understand.
Yeah, well, I could say that about a lot of the folks in this crew, but I'm trying not to do too much of that anymore these days.
No, overall, I think they're doing a great job out here.
Rough call there. Usually defensive holding is in the secondary, and that was thrown at the line of scrimmage. So that's what puzzles me. But, again, I'm looking down the field, and they've got a much better view, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It, of course, stings because it negates an interception.
Well, it looks like the flag was thrown within 5 yards anyway.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, they're saying that he held him downfield.
Late in the third quarter, Lutcher will maintain possession. Winfield in the gun. Hands it to Storks on a sweep. Getting outside. Hunter Conley wraps him up, but he's still on his feet. Still on his feet. My goodness, what does it take to bring him down? He's got a first down. He was bottled up after 3 yards, then after 6 yards, but he kept his legs pumping, got 12 yards and a first down. Great individual effort from Rayshon Storks. And I thought there, frankly, Conley maybe got away with a horse collar, but the officials didn't call it.
And going back to that last play, if they called holding down the field, that could have been the correct call, but, I mean, we weren't looking.
Yeah, no doubt. 11 seconds to go in the third. Inside give to number 24, this time no gain. That is Forrest on the give, no gain, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. It's been an entertaining third quarter, but unfortunately, Lutcher's done more scoring than we have. It's 28 for the Dogs, 7 for the Tarps. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. But Lutcher's knocking heavily on the door at the Tarpon 15-yard line, playing a second down here.
Yeah, our defense, we got to stop them right here. We can't allow any points.
Tarpon Faithful's aware of that. They're making some noise, trying to egg on their guys. A nice Sunday crowd here, given the pandemic, given the hot weather, given everything, the storm and all the different obstacles that could have given somebody an excuse not to make it to the game. A lot of folks have turned out. We're very happy to see everybody. 2nd and 10. Strong side of the field to the right. Lutcher now going from up the bayou to down the bayou, right to left. Winfield, play action, rolls to the right. Being pressured, shoots it to the corner, and it's caught near the pylon at the 1-yard line. Number 16 is flushed out. Carson LeBlanc, the freshman receiver, makes a beautiful catch down there. And he's about a half yard away. Tarpon coverage was there. LeBlanc just made a better catch. Conley walks off the field slowly for South Lafourche. We hope he's okay. 1st and goal for the Dogs, trying to drive the knife in right here. Winfield in the gun. Hands it off to Storks, and he's in. He's easily in for another Lutcher touchdown. About a half-yard touchdown run for Rayshawn Storks, and Lutcher leads 34-7. Adding on to their advantage. Coach, in the NFL, the Raiders have just added a field goal to their lead. They lead the Chiefs 33-24 late in the fourth quarter.
There we go.
So an undefeated Super Bowl champion may fall against Las Vegas. Detillier. High snap. That's over everybody's head. Detillier is going to pick it up and try to run. And down he goes. He's a dead duck back at the 26-yard line. So Lutcher cannot convert the extra point. It's 34-7. We'll keep it right here because we just had the end of the quarter break. And we'll go to our sponsor sheet. South Lafourche Bank, Total Urgent Care, and Sci Institute. Make the right call. Get your eyes checked by Dr. Darby Chasson today. Thibodeau Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. State Senator Gary Smith wishing all area teams good luck this season. PhysioFit, several locations across the Bayou region with clinics in Galliano, Lockport, and Raceland. And we'll go to our scoreboard now. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by Brent Abity, candidate for Lafourche District Attorney. Let's see. We have at the end of the first quarter, Thibodeau 14, Central Lafourche 0. So the Tigers are looking to get to 1-1. The crazy part of the high school season is you got to play somebody, and then you got to root for everybody that you played the rest of the year. The Tarpons want Central Lafourche to win that game. And frankly, every game that they play the rest of the way, get as many points for you as they can.
Name of the game is the power points.
No doubt.
Play that 8-game season, trying to position yourself in the best possible situations for that playoff run.
The Rams have beat Washington 30-10. The Texans have beat the Jaguars 30-14. The Panthers have beat the Falcons 23-16. The Ravens have beat the Bengals 27-3 as the early schedule of the NFL is starting to wrap up slowly.
Now, how long do you think Dan Quinn can last?
The rest of the season, I would think, because if they haven't gotten rid of him by now, what are they waiting for at this point, right?
Well, they're going to wait till the week they play the Saints, come and beat the Saints.
The Steelers and the Eagles are embroiled in a 31-29 game. The Steelers have the ball late, trying to ice that one away with 3 minutes to go. Here it's 34-7. Lutcher kicking it away. Detillier. High end-over-end kick. Will it push him into the end zone? It will. So the Tarpons will take over the 20-yard line. You probably can't win this one barring something crazy happening, but you've got 2 goals the rest of the way. Continue to build confidence and chemistry, and second, stay healthy. You don't want to have any injuries here in the final 11:48. especially on a hot and muggy, humid day. First and 10 for Jalbert, 20-yard line. Play action. Jalbert shoots it to Gisclair, incomplete, just wide. Patrick tried to make a one-handed grab at it, but it fell incomplete.
Yeah, a good effort by Patrick.
I tell you, these Tarpon skill players, I know Ducey's a regular player on Friday nights, but some of the lesser knowns who are making plays today at the receiving position, they've done a nice job. It is not easy in 1 week to learn and fill in, but they've done pretty nice. Jalbert drops the snap and just falls on it. We've had a couple of snap issues. One he dropped that was a little high. One that was just over his head. That one was a perfect snap. He just dropped it, maybe looking up the field a little too soon.
He was backing up right on the snap, and he took, I guess, too big of a step back, and the ball just, he had to reach for it a little bit, but it was a good snap.
So 3rd and 15 now for the Tarpons as the fourth quarter clock beginning to bleed down, 11:15 and counting. Jalbert, straight drop. Shoots it down the seam, incomplete. Boy, he had Gisclair open. It was kind of between a couple of receivers, and it falls incomplete, and the Tarpons are going to punt it away.
They'll bring up 4th down.
A reminder again, next Friday's game against Belle Chase will not be played on Friday. That is a Saturday 1 p.m. kickoff. So the Tarpons will be playing another weekend matinee. Fortunately, the temperature is supposed to be 20 degrees cooler. Broussard gets a good snap. A pretty good punt, high in the air. Detillier will let it roll, and it takes a Bulldogs roll, and it'll be killed at the 42-yard line. So about a 28-yard punt for Broussard. Bad luck on the roll. And Lutcher will take over with 11 minutes exactly on the clock.
Yeah, defense has been on the field a good bit this last few minutes.
Try to finish the game strong. The Raiders have just gotten a turnover and a touchdown. They lead 40-24 against Kansas City with 5 minutes left.
I'm sure Gruden's going to be dancing in that locker room.
Or eating a donut, one or the other, but he's put on a few in the offseason. Haven't we all during quarantine? 1st and 10 for Lutcher. Winfield with Storks in the gun. Winfield play action. Pressure, shoots it down the seam. It's caught by number 16. That's a big gain. That is complete to, let me get the name of that young man. I know he's a freshman from calling it out earlier. LeBlanc. So big first down gain for Lutcher.
And that's good communication, receiving quarterbacks on the same page.
Coach, I just don't know how you're going to beat these guys 2-3 years from now. Everybody's a sophomore and a freshman that's making plays, and they're already very good. This is a mini monster that's being formed for Lutcher. 1st and 10. Ball to 22. Winfield. Straight drop, has time. Now flushed up the middle, running across the 20, dropped at the 15-yard line after a nice gain of about 8 or so.
Is that Landon Wisher on the stop for the Tarpons?
Yep. The bass cannon being played by the Pride of South Lafourche Marching Band. I know those kids were disappointed to have their marching season canceled by COVID, but they're still having fun out there. 2nd and 2. 9:50 and counting for the Dogs, trying to salt this one away. Hand off to Storks. Hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of about 2. Maybe got the first down, and I think he did. Yes, he did.
It's John Sino on the tackle for the Tarpons, along with Joseph Pierce.
You know, one thing that this Lutcher team did a whole bunch last year that they're not doing much of this year is last year, while they've had some pre-snap penalties today. Last year they also had a lot of holding and live ball stuff. They've cleaned a lot of that up today. 9:15 and counting. They're not in any hurry, as you wouldn't expect they would be. Winfield Keeps it, throws a slant that's caught, and that'll be about a gain of 10 to Detillier. So they're getting awfully close to punching it in. Maybe a little shy of the stick, so it'll be a gain of about 9, the 3-yard line.
A nice route.
And look for
Looked like
this.
Randazzo came up to make that tackle.
For this Tarpon defense, you've got some good quarterbacks you're going to be facing here coming home. This is some good experience and good work to get some live reps against a pretty good one here in Winfield for the rest of the way. 2nd and 1. Inside run. Oh, my goodness. The officials messed that up. They messed that up. They thought it was going to be a run to the running back, and Hunter Conley absolutely destroyed the running back, but he didn't have the football. It was a zone read, and Winfield kept it. Inadvertent whistle, but my goodness, the lick of the night goes to Hunter Conley. He absolutely decleated Roy Forrest. So much so that the officials thought Forrest had the ball, and he didn't.
Yeah, Lutcher coaching staff's upset, and the official just looked at him. I think it told him, we messed up. What more can I tell you?
Yeah, the fake was so good that it fooled even the white hat official. So it's going to just, in essence, be a do-over, which Coach Young's not happy about, but the quarterback kept the ball and had a lot of green grass. He may have scored on the play, so I don't know how much the Tarpons could be upset about that. And Mr. Miller's kind of getting fed up here. He's getting a little annoyed with some of the chatting going on both ways. It'll be 2nd and 1. I've never seen that before, though. I have never in my day seen that. Winfield in the gun. Play action. Rolls to the right. To the back of the end zone. It is incomplete. Tried a very low percentage pass. There are a lot of Tarpons there. Fell at the feet of Detillier, who made a diving effort, but it fell incomplete. What about that lick that Hunter Conley gave? And he said, hey, Mr. Ray Forrest, it's nice to meet you, man. Put his helmet into his chest. Fortunately, everyone was okay. Third and 1. Lutcher in the gun. Winfield keeps it, and he's going to get knocked back. You're right, Coach. He lost about a yard there. That's the problem, and heck, we could talk about this from the LSU game yesterday. When you're in the goal line trying to run it in out of the shotgun, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage there. It looked like Winfield actually gained a little bit, but because he was so far back to start the play, he ends up losing a yard. Lutcher is going to keep the offense on the field, 7:45 and counting. I thought, given the issues they've had with their field goal team, that they would try it here. You've got a live rep in, but it looks like they're going to try to score the touchdown. 4th and 2. And there's a flag on the play. Did Lutcher move? Or
Delay a game.
Delay a game. They didn't get it off. So it'd be 4th and 7 now. Now do they try the field goal? Could hear on Coach Colley's live mic those coaches coaching hard. You could hear Coach Galjor and a couple of others hollering out some instructions to that defense, trying to get them revved up. 4th and 7. I'm very surprised they're going for it here. I thought that they would have tried to get an attempt on their field goal team, being that they've struggled with it. But we'll see. 4th and 7. Play action. Rolls out to the left. He's hit. He's dropped. Turnover on downs. Wes Solomon dropped him at the 20-yard line. And win, lose, or draw, it is great to see your team playing with relentless effort for the full 48. And that's what the Tarpon defense did right there.
There's no doubt they're going to continue playing hard.
Now, Tarpons will take over with another opportunity. 7:16 to go. Now, if you're South Lafourche, you've got an opportunity to work on your 4-minute offense here. First and 10. Got 80 yards to go. Jalbert in the gun. Gets the snap. Straight drop. It's a screen to Duce, and Duce is going to be bottled up. He lost it, but I think the Tarpons fell on it. I think they fell on it. Nope. Lutcher got it. A Tarpon fell on the ball but didn't secure it. Lutcher got it. So after one play, the Tarpon offense will give it back, and Lutcher will be right back where they started in the red zone. Unfortunate.
It looked like a Tarpon player had fallen on the ball, but I guess right when he was falling, he came in and got hit, knocked him off the ball, and Lutcher recovered.
My old buddy Tommy plays us, and I hope he's listening. As always said, and I remember this back from the days when I was a sideline reporter during he and Ken Freelander's broadcast, you could never predict what a football bounce is going to be, and that's exactly what we saw there. The ball just kind of squirted out, and Lutcher will take over at the 20-yard line. Winfield hands it to Storks. Gains about 2. Good job by the Tarpon defense. There's our guy Alamo again on the stop. I was thinking about this the other day at the house. Alamo and Conley have opportunities this season to have 100 tackle years in an 8-game season. That's how many tackles they get on a given Friday night, though. As we have an injured Lutcher player.
As the running back down.
So injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center. It is Storks on the turf. We hope he's okay. Couple of NFL games still going on in the early slate. The Steelers have just scored to go up by 9 over the Eagles, 38-29. And we've been giving you updates from that Chiefs game. The Chiefs were driving last I had seen, down 16. Let me see if they punched it in. Of course, all scoreboard updates are brought to you by Brent Abity, candidate for Lafourche District Attorney. Thanks all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. It is our honor and our pride and joy to be here on every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever they want us here. It's 40-24. Vegas leads the Chiefs. The Chiefs are at the 7-yard line, and they've actually just scored. So with 3:57 to go, they have scored to cut it to 10. They'll obviously go for the 2-point conversion and try to keep it alive. As Storks walks off the field gingerly. Hope he's okay, but man, he's a hell of a player.
And you think they may shut him down the rest of this game?
I would have probably already been to that point, but whatever works. Hopefully he's all right. 2nd and 7. Winfield throws it to Detillier. That's caught near the sticks. Conley finishes the play hard and maybe pushed him forward for a first down.
Yeah, they were actually short, and Hunter came in and pushed him up beyond the first down marker. Good hit.
So he got the first down, but, boy, he had to pay a price to get it. It'll be 1st and goal for Lutcher with 6:30 to go. We have maybe one more snap and then a water break if it's tackled in the live play field. It's an inside give. He's hit a little past the line of scrimmage, but gain of about 2. That's number 24, Forrest. And that likely will be the last play before the heat and humidity break, which will be our last heat and humidity break of the game. I don't know if the teams are just tired or if it's getting chippy, but it feels like the guys are laying on one another a little extra down at the bottom of those piles, as we will get our heat and humidity break. We'll take it with them. It's 34-7. Lutcher, they're icing this one down. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. Hands it to Forrest up the middle, bouncing outside and getting into the end zone. That's a 7-yard touchdown run for Forrest, and it's 40-7. Lutcher was a little more dependent last fall on the big play and deep bombs down the field. This year they're a little better in their inside running game, and they've done a good job as there's an injured Tarpon player.
Looks like Francois Terrebonne.
He's walking gingerly off. We hope he's okay.
He may have a stinger.
I know Francois had some shoulder issues early in the season.
Well, I think he had concussion possibly.
And on a hot day like today, that's not a great situation. Low snap, and the Tarpons blocked it. They should have tried the field goal earlier. They need work on that phase of the game. The Tarpons blocked that one easily. They couldn't convert the snap. It's 40-7 after the blocked extra point.
We talked about that now pregame. They watching them on film a little bit. Their snaps weren't always perfect on these extra points.
they've got an uber talented, uber gifted team that commits a lot of penalties and struggles sometimes on special teams. Boy, that may come back to bite them later in the year. It's not going to bite them today, though. They lead 40-7 with 5:53 to go in the game. We want to thank Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. District Attorney Christine Russell. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you can count on, member FDIC. Neil Small Engine. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net.
Dearborn looks to be fine on the sideline. Trainer was checking him for a concussion.
He answered all the right questions. Problem with those concussion tests for dummies like me and you, we wouldn't know the answers whether we're concussed or not.
Okay, why you want to put me in that group?
Lutcher will be kicking it away from right to left. 5:53 to go. Tarpons will have at least one more offensive possession. Ball falls off the tee for Detillier again.
Butler was standing near that tee. Seemed like they got a good breeze wherever he puts that
you
tee.
ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's a couple times now. Here we go. Kicks it away. Nice line drive kick well into the end zone. My goodness, that was almost out of the back of the end zone. So they've got a weapon there, Noah Detillier. And again, not a senior. He's a junior. He'll be back next year. 1st and 10 for the Tarpons at the 20-yard line. Tarpons will fall to 1-1. You get a lot of the cavalry back next week against Bell Chase.
Homecoming also.
Absolutely. See if old Jalbert could lead the crew down the field one last time. Tarpons are going to be so frustrated when they look at the final stats, as this is an inside gift to Duce. Nice gain. Golden Motors first down and more. Driving to the 37-yard line. A late flag comes in as Darren picked up 17. We'll wait on the marker.
I think it'd be on the Bulldogs, right?
Yeah, face mask. So it is a face mask on Lutcher. But what we was getting at is, like, if you look at the total yards of this game, the Tarpons have gained a bunch of yards. They've been in Lutcher territory now after this penalty 8 times in the game and only have 7 points. So I think Coach Young's going to look at this and say, hey, man, we've just got to finish drives. When we knock on the door, we've got to break the door down. This could very easily be a shootout today if the Tarpons could have finished a couple more drives.
There's no doubt. You take away the start of the third quarter, and we move the ball.
Yeah, without question. 1st and 10 here from the Lutcher 48. Inside gift to Darren. Breaking tackles, gets to the 40-yard line. That's another one of those runs where it didn't look like he had very much. But he made a couple men miss, got up the field, and gained 8.
Good job offensive line up front. Everybody just pushed block down. And Darren just broke it kind of off tackle to the outside for a good run.
It'll be 2nd and 2. In case you're wondering, these are a lot of the first-team defenders for the Dogs. Not a lot of clean jerseys in there. 2nd and 2. Hand off to Duce, picking forward, driving. They're going to push him. He's got a Golden Motors first down to the 36-yard line. All effort, all heart there from Darren, and a great job by the offensive line finishing the play, driving him forward. Not too many snaps left in this one, 4:35 and counting, but plenty enough for the Tarpons to finish this drive, of course. There's something going on in the crowd. I don't know what, but there's something going on in the crowd. They hand it to Duce up the middle. And it's a nice gain, but there is someone down in the crowd. We hope whoever it is okay.
Yeah, I believe someone had fainted in the crowd.
Oh, man, we certainly hope that they're okay. With 3:55 and counting. We'll pay attention to the action on the field while also keeping an eye on the crowd, as it does look like someone has passed out. 2nd and 6. Jalbert keeps it. Nice gain. 35, 25, 20, 15. driving forward inside the 10. Golden Motors first down to the 7. So nice game by Jalbert.
Nice job by Patrick Gisclair out there blocking downfield.
So move the sticks. 3:28 and counting. Tarpon's trying to finish this drive, finish this game with some confidence. First and goal. Strong side of the field to the left. Jalbert rolls out, throws it complete to Vestal, but not much there, maybe a yard.
Nice job by Vestal holding on to the ball right when it hit his hands. He took a good hit.
2:55 and counting left in the game. Looking over at the crowd, it looks like everything appears to be mostly okay, which we're very thankful for. Second and goal. .230 and counting. Jalbert. Inside give to Ducey. Pumping forward near the 5. Drove forward, got about 2, so it'll be third and goal from the 5. Lutcher's going to get to 2-0 in the season. Tarpon's going to fall to 1-1. Have to regroup before next week's game against Belle Chase, which again, one last time, will be on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Inside of 2 minutes in regulation here. Third and goal. Punch it in one time, Blue. Jalbert with Ducey in motion, joining him in the backfield. Jalbert, inside give to Darren, bouncing outside. That's a walk-in. Touchdown, 5-yard touchdown run from Darren Ducey. And at the end of that play, Darren had a chance to walk in, but he chose to lower his shoulder and deliver a little punishment as he went into the end zone.
Well, Darren could have broken out to the outside and probably gone in untouched, but he turned up the field and just delivered a shot to the defender.
So the Tarpons are going to finish offensively on a good note. It's 40-13 with 1:40 to go. His second touchdown of the game. Swinging gate is open. Swinging gate is closed. It'll be Jalbert on the hold. Torres kicking it away. And we
got
have
to delay a game.
Delay game on the Tarpons. Took a little bit too much time. Coach Gaujour really takes a lot of pride in his special teams, and I know even with the game out of reach, he's not going to be happy there with the penalty. .140 in regulation, 40-13. It is now going to be a longer extra point try. Snap is down, kick is up, and right down Main Street. So Torres made it anyway. We'll take one final commercial break. It's 40-14 on ESPN 100.3. And then probably a couple kneel-down plays or some inside runs. It's 40-14. Lutcher leads, coasting to victory here. The Tarpons will kick it away. Oh, the Tarpons are going to kick an onside kick. The ball is on the ground. Torres will try it again. Hey, again, it's live fire, an opportunity to work on it, if for nothing else. They almost got it last time. And it's a low line drive kick that is easily fielded by Lutcher. And he'll go down to the 38-yard line. That's number 38 for Lutcher. Go down to the 48-yard line, rather. 38, Gavin Gill recovered it.
See if here Lutcher's going to go in victory formation.
I would.
Or they may run a couple of plays in.
I would go victory, man. We've been here 3 hours. It's hot. Don't risk any injury. Let's get home. 1:35 to go. They would only have to run 2 plays, maybe 3. No sign of a victory formation, but we do have a new quarterback, number 17, Clayton Jenkins. Jenkins, oh, that snap. That was a woeful snap. It went to the right, or to the left, rather, and hit Kendaz Winfield's leg. He was at fullback on the play, but Lutcher falls on it.
Yeah, they put him in motion there, and he went a little bit too far under the center.
So 1:15 and counting as A little garbage time here, but they're on the ball already. They're trying to get as many snaps as they can. Another bad snap that the quarterback will fall on. Maybe this is why they want to get as many snaps as they can, but in case these young men have to play on Fridays, it's a bit of a grind right now. 2 straight errant snaps. 3rd and a mile, 50 seconds in running.
This will probably be the last play of the game.
Yep. 3rd and long. Jenkins waiting on the snap. Better this time. Hands it to Forrest, bouncing outside to the right. Being pursued and being pushed out of bounds, so it will not be the last play of the game with 24 seconds on the clock. Ooh, remember the chain gang just went down there. I hope everybody's okay.
Officials running the clock. This will be it.
And, well, it should be. So that'll be the end of our ball game with our score. Lutcher 40, South Lafourche 14. Congratulations to the Bulldogs on getting to 2-0. And we know the Tarpons are going to get back to their full squad and rebuild, regroup, and they'll be back and ready to go next Saturday.
Great effort by the Tarpons. I mean, they had a few players out, but that's no excuse. And, you got to give the Tarpons credit. They came in, they hung in there. Played a pretty good first half, and second half kind of ran out of gas. And I know Coach Young got to be proud of the effort these young men gave.
So thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to everybody for watching on the internet. It's going to be Lutcher 40, South Lafourche 14. I don't know if we're going to get Coach Young or not. I know the post-game rituals here are a little bit different. I know he's directing traffic out there. Let's see if Coach can maybe grab a hold of him. He's going to have to chase down Mr. Perry, though, who's hot on his trail as well. We'll see. Coach is trying to track him down.
I'll see if I can get his attention real quick.
We'll get him. And here comes Coach Brian Colley, who will be delivering our post-game commentary with South Lafourche Tarpon football coach B.J. Young. Coach Colley, take it away.
All right, Coach, I know it's not the results you wanted, but you have to be proud of the fight your team showed tonight.
Yeah, they kept battling. I love our energy in the first half. We got down a few times and just shot ourselves in the foot, but our defense played well. Come out the second half a little slow, but, that's on us, not getting them ready outside of half. And, I'm proud of our guys. They played well. A lot of adversity this week, but they responded.
Yeah, talk about some of your guys that stepped into some certain positions, making a name for themselves and giving them a shot on maybe on a Friday night in the future.
Yeah, we had all our receivers and our running back play tonight, and I thought those guys held their own. They did well, and when the ball was thrown to them, they caught it. And, that's hats off to them for coming to practice every day and getting better.
Well, Coach, I know that y'all got like a short week coming up with a game on Saturday and playing on a Sunday. How does it affect your week going forward?
Yeah, it'll be the same for us. We'll treat tomorrow as our Saturday, and then we'll go from there. So it'll time up. Our Friday would be like our Thursday walkthrough, so we should be okay.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time.
Coach, thank you so much for that post-game interview with Coach Young. We're going to wrap up here with Lutcher getting the big win. For Coach Colley, this is Casey Gisco signing off. Thanks to Truck for getting us all hooked up, T-Don pushing the buttons, and Andre for getting us on and off the air in the studio. Lutcher gets the win today. Have a great rest of the weekend, everybody. Adios.